Thanks for joining today's Blockdaemon Roundtable. In today's episode, we will be discussing what is liquid staking and its importance to the market. Alongside me, I'll be joined by Jonas Pfannschmidt, Head of R&D at Blockdaemon, Kirill Kutakov-Co-Founder of Stakewise, and Tomas Restout, CEO in EMEA at B2C2. I hope you enjoy. Thanks everyone for joining me here on this exciting panel. We're going to talk about a few really interesting topics. To start off, Jonas, it'd be great if you could provide just an overview really of what staking is to kind of kick off this discussion.
Sure, yeah, happy to. So in proof of stake blockchains, there is this role of a validator, and the job of a validator is, together with all the other validators, to agree on the state of the blockchain and ensure the integrity of that blockchain. And in order to incentivize validators to act in the interest of the blockchain, each validator needs to deposit a certain amount of tokens, and this is what we call staking. And the system then automatically removes a portion of those tokens if the validator acts maliciously, or if it acts honestly in the interest of the system, then it increases this amount of stake tokens. So it secures the network by incentivizing the validators to act in the interest of the overall blockchain network.
Really helpful, really helpful. A critical layer to the network, and folks are incentivized to delegate their assets and participate. To that end, Kirill, can you touch on, a little bit on the need for liquidity and why that has created this evolution around liquid staking?
Absolutely. So traditional staking requires people to lock up capital for prolonged periods of time. When it comes to Ethereum, there's even no set withdrawal date when they can return their capital. And a solution around this is to issue a token to represent stake capital, which can then be traded on the secondary market for immediate exit liquidity or used as collateral in various DeFi applications, decentralized finance applications. So the most common use cases are borrowing against your stake, liquidating the rewards that are accruing in an otherwise frozen income stream, as well as using the capital as collateral for trading, as well as in permissionless systems for farming. And when it comes to Portara, the secondary market liquidity, we are facilitating together with B2C2, our partner here.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a really helpful explanation of what staking is. And then, because of the bonding periods, there's a need for liquidity and the key value props around liquid staking you mentioned. So Jonas and Tomas, each of you from Blockdaemon and B2C2's perspective have different, experiences with liquid staking, Blockdaemon providing validator services. Jonas, if you could touch on just the extent to which Blockdaemon provides those services across networks and the overall view, but then Tomas, just if you have an overall perspective around the liquid staking market and some of the things that you find most interesting there.
So Blockdaemon has been in the staking space for quite a while now. We started running proof of stake validators back in 2018. And we really believe in liquid staking as the next evolution of staking in general. So as such, we support a wide variety of liquid staking protocols. We run infrastructure for Lido, Ethereum, Polkadot, and Solana. We also work with Stakewise. So we run infrastructure for Stakewise. And then in the Cosmos ecosystem, we support the Stride and the persistent networks. And also we partnered with Stakewise and B2C2 to build the first institutional grade liquid staking solution called Portara.
And Tomas, from your perspective and B2C2's perspective, obviously being a liquidity provider in the crypto space, the idea of liquid staking is fairly pertinent to what you do. But yeah, any thoughts from you on the liquid staking market?
So at B2C2, as for Blockdaemon, we believe that staking is key for layer one protocol to develop and for users to participate in the ecosystem development. However, as mentioned prior, locking up capital is an issue and is an impediment to adoption. You stake your ETH, you don't know when you're going to get them. That's obviously an issue for everybody. So who's B2C2? We're the largest OTC provider in the crypto space, and our mission is specifically to collapse the transaction cost of swaps involving cryptocurrencies, Ether DARs or Ether staked ETH, to be as cheap as possible to transact. So staked ETH feeds our mission to provide liquidity or to allow users who stake capital to unlock that capital at the cheapest price possible. So it fits our mission, fits our vision, and it puts us at the forefront of the ecosystem development.
Yeah, and I mean, liquidity is the lifeblood to any liquid staking solution. And so your words definitely resonate well with this. Kirill, let's pass it to you to bring us home with this topic. So we've kind of outlined that, staking is critical to the network. There are incentives to doing it, but there's this issue around lockup periods and liquidity. With Ethereum right now, the lockup period is fairly long and you can't withdraw until this date in the future, which is called the Shanghai hard fork in March or so of this year, at which point, withdrawals will be enabled. Can you speak a little bit about what liquid staking will look like after the Shanghai hard fork and the value prop there?
Sure. I think the landscape is not going to be drastically different from what it is today. The crux of every liquid staking protocol is to offer liquidity for the token that represents stake capital. And the fact that there's now withdrawals available with the Shanghai hard fork that's coming in March does not really change this. Why do we think so? This is due to the exit queues that are widely expected to be quite lengthy, from several days to several months, depending on the various mechanisms for restaking and people's willingness to exit from staking. There's also going to be a mechanism for which market makers and, in general, market participants want to return the liquid staking tokens back to their peg. And this is only done by buying them on the secondary market and redeeming them for the underlying value through validator exits. And so collectively, this adds to the length of the queue that we expect is still going to be significant. So the core value prop, which is immediate on staking, is still there post-Shanghai. In addition to that, there's always a demand for utilizing stake capital as collateral in various applications, be this for borrowing, be these for trading or farming if the regulatory if the regulatory situation permits our clients to do so. And so this is really the mission of every liquid staking protocol, to expand the number of use cases for their token and make it available as collateral assets on different platforms. This is what we do, and this is what the core value prop for liquid staking is.
Yeah, really insightful, and I would say corroborated by a lot of reports that have come out by various industry experts around the expected increase in demand actually for these kinds of solutions post Shanghai. Well, this concludes our topic around staking and liquid staking. We hope you all appreciate it, and we'll see you for the next video series.